Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series on electronic devices and circuits. In this video lecture, we are going to study about the working of eMOSFET and the characteristics of eMOSFET. So, for working or operation of eMOSFET, we have to provide the biasing to the eMOSFET, and there are two cases in which we have to study the operation of eMOSFET. First case, when VGS is equal to 0 volt and VDS is some positive voltage, and second case is there where VGS as well as VDS is some positive voltage. That means VGS and VDS both are provided with voltage which is greater than 0 volt. So let's study the first case when VGS is equal to 0 volt and VDS is having some positive voltage. For that, first of all, what we have to do, we have to draw the diagram where we have to provide the 0 volt between gate and source. So it is the diagram of eMOSFET. What we have to provide? We have to provide VGS between gate and source. We have to provide the 0 volt, and VDS is some positive voltage. So between drain and this source terminal, we have to provide some positive voltage. So for drain terminal, we will provide the positive terminal of the battery. Let's consider this as VDD, and this substrate terminal is grounded. So this source terminal will also connect to ground, and the negative terminal of the battery is also connected to the ground. So by this way, between the gate and source, VGS is 0 volt, and here this VDD is nothing but between this drain and source, so, or you can also call it as a VDS, which is some positive voltage. That means it is greater than 0 volt. So what happens when we are providing such type of arrangement? Then the current flowing through this drain terminal, that current ID will be equals to 0 milliampere, because what happens here, the channel is not present between the N and N material of source and drain terminals, and since the channel is not present here, there will not be flow of current from the drain terminal to the source terminal, or the carriers will not move from source terminal to the drain terminal, and that's why here the current ID will be equals to 0 milliampere. And here the two junctions will be created, PN junctions, one at this and one at this. These two PN junctions are reverse bias. So here I will represent this. The two PN junctions will be created. That two PN junctions are reverse bias. So two PN junctions which are reverse bias. No accumulation of carriers on surface at drain and source. Therefore, drain current ID will be nearly equals to 0 milliampere. Ig is also equals to 0 milliampere. Now, we will see the second condition, and in that second condition, what happens? We have to provide the VGS voltage which is some positive voltage, means which is greater than 0 volt. For that, here in between this gate and source terminal we have to provide some positive voltage. So at gate we have to provide the positive terminal of the battery, and a negative terminal of the battery is connected to the source terminal. By this way we can provide the voltage greater than 0 volt between the gate and source terminal, and the drain terminal we have to provide positive power supply and negative terminal of power supply to the source terminal, and the substrate terminal is grounded. So this is the arrangement for the second case, where we have to provide VGS and VDS both some positive voltages. So here the drain and gate terminals, these are at positive potential with respect to source. So drain and gate at positive potential with respect to source. Here what happens, the gate is having a positive potential, that's why the holes which are present in this p type of material, holes are the majority carriers, so these holes gets repelled from the surface of this substrate. Okay, because gate is at positive potential, and due to this positive potential the holes will get repelled, and here a depletion region will be created near the surface of this substrate which is void of holes. So holes gets repelled by positive gate terminal, and depletion region created on the surface of P substrate. Okay, at the same time the P substrate is having electrons as a minority carriers, so that electrons gets attracted towards the positive charge. Okay, and all these electrons will get accumulated over this surface. So here the electrons gets accumulated towards the surface of this SiO2, but due to the presence of this SiO2 layer, the electrons will not get absorbed at the gate terminal, and there will not be any flow of current at gate terminal, means the gate current will be equals to 0. Now as we are going to increase the VGS voltage or the magnitude of this VGS, the concentration of electrons at this surface will go on increasing, and here the channel will get established between these two n-type doped regions. So by this way the channel will be established. So this is called as channel, and here a measurable flow of electrons will happen from source terminal to the drain terminal, and will get the current ID which is having some value, means the current ID will flow through this drain terminal once this channel gets established, and the value of VGS for which the sufficient electrons gets accumulated and the significant increase in current occurs, that value of VGS is called as threshold voltage VT. So VT is threshold voltage. And what is this threshold voltage? So due to the significant increase of VGS, the current establishes that significant value of VGS is nothing but the threshold voltage VT. So here what happens, previously when VGS was 0 volt, channel was absent, but when we have provided VGS some positive voltage, the channel is enhanced, means channel gets established between these two n-doped regions. Okay, and that's why this type of E-MOSFET is called as enhancement type of MOSFET. Now as we increase the VGS voltage beyond the VT, what will happen? The density of free carriers in this induced channel will increase, means more number of electrons deeper from this P type of material will get attracted towards the channel, and here the density of free carrier will increase, and due to that our current level, the ID current, will also increase. Now if we keep the VGS constant, means VGS we are keeping constant which is greater than VT, and we are going to increase the VDS we are going to increase. What will happen here? So due to this increased VDS, the drain current, this drain current will reach to its saturation level. Okay, because what happened, the drain terminal will be at more positive potential with respect to gate. If we are doing this condition, means VGS constant which is greater than VT, and we are going to increase VDS beyond certain limit, what will happen? Drain is at more positive and gate will be less positive here with respect to gate and with respect to drain. So drain terminal will be more positive with respect to gate, and due to this what will happen? The pinch off of channel will occur, means this width of channel will be less near this drain terminal, means the depletion region, this depletion region here, this depletion region width will be more towards the drain. Towards drain, the width of depletion region will be more, and this condition is called as pinch off condition of the channel. This is called as pinch off of channel, and during this pinch off of channel, the density of drain current will be high and will get the constant value, that is called as the saturation value current, that is IDSS. Now to understand this, what we'll do, let's apply KVL from drain to gate. So here VDG, it will be equals to VDS minus VGS. Okay, and let's consider that our VGS is 8 volts and initially our VDS, it is equals to 2 volt, and this, at this condition our channel is created and our current has started flowing. Now what we have done, we have increased the VDS from 2 volt to 5 volt. What will happen? The voltage drop between the drain and gate terminal, that is VDG. Initially that VDG was minus 6 volt. when VGS is 8 volt and VDS is 2 volt. But that VDG voltage drop had changed from minus 6 volt to minus 3 volt when we are increasing VDS from 2 to 5 volt. And here what will happen, this gate terminal will become less and less positive with respect to drain. That means drain will be more positive with respect to gate. So this gate is less positive with respect to drain terminal, and due to this what happens, the gate terminal is having the attraction forces, that attraction forces will be reduced. So attraction forces for free carriers towards this, means between gate and drain region, this attraction forces will reduce, and due to this channel width will be reduced. Channel width gets reduced, and the channel reduces up to pinch off. How much channel gets reduced? It reduces up to pinch off of channel, and at this pinch off the saturation condition for current will established, and will get the saturation level current ID until the breakdown condition will get encountered. So by this way here the E-MOSFET will work. Now we will see the characteristics of E-MOSFET. So first of all we will see drain characteristics. So drain characteristics is a characteristics between drain current ID and VDS voltage. So we have seen when we are going to increase the value of VGS, our drain current will also go on increasing. So let's consider VGS is equal to VT is equal to 2 volt, means threshold voltage for E-MOSFET is 2 volt. So for that we will get the characteristics like this. This is for VGS is equal to VT is equal to plus 2 volt. If we are going to increase this further, again it will increase up to like this, for 3 volt, 4 volt, for 5 volt, for 6 volt, for 7 volt, and for 8 volt. This is when VGS is equal to plus 8 volt, and this point is called as a VDS sat for this curve. In this case this is VDS sat and like this, and if we draw or if we connect all these points we will get a locus. This is called as locus of VDS sat. The ID is generally given in milliampere. So this is the drain characteristics of E-MOSFET. Now we will see the transfer characteristics of E-MOSFET, but before that drain characteristics, let's consider the drain current relation. So the drain current ID is related to applied gate to source voltage by one non-linear relationship. Here Shockley's drain current equation is not applicable for this E-MOSFET. So ID is equal to K into VGS minus VT bracket square. Here this K is nothing but a constant, that is a function of construction of dips, and this value of K is given as mu n into C ox into W by L, where W is the width of channel, L is nothing but the length of channel, mu n is surface mobility of electrons, C ox is nothing but the MOSFET capacitance, per unit area. And again this C ox can be calculated as C ox is equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon 0 x divided by 2 TOX. Here epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space, epsilon OX is dielectric constant of SiO2, and 2 TOX is nothing but the thickness of oxide. Then if we have to find out the value of K when some current will flow, then this K can be calculated with the help of this equation only. So that is given as ID on upon VGS on minus VT bracket square. So this is the drain characteristics. Now we will see the transfer characteristics. So for transfer characteristics, the drain characteristics is represented here. Now transfer characteristics is the characteristics between VGS voltage versus drain current ID. The threshold voltage is 2 volt for eMOSFET. So up to 2 volt our current will be 0, but after this 2 volt our current will go on increasing. So with respect to this characteristics we can draw the transfer characteristics. So at point 3 we are having this much of ID current, at point 4 we are having this much of current, at 5 likewise we can draw the characteristics. So this is the transfer characteristics of eMOSFET, and this one is the drain characteristics of the eMOSFET. So these are the characteristics for N-channel eMOSFET, and you can observe for N-channel eMOSFET VT is positive. This is for N-channel eMOSFET. For P-channel eMOSFET, the drain characteristics will remain similar, only the value of VGS will be negative. So for P-channel VGS values will be negative, and the VT value it is also some negative value. VT is also negative. So here in this video lecture we have studied about the working of eMOSFET and the characteristics of eMOSFET. Thank you for watching the video.